The salty spray of the sea misted over the clown's weather-beaten face as he clung to the wooden raft, riding through the destructive waves of the seas. Until suddenly, a shadow loomed beneath the surface, and before Buggy could react, the raft was attacked by a giant red crab. With a jolt of energy, Buggy propelled himself into the air just moments before the raft was destroyed. One Piece. Story was made by Eiichiro Oda. Chapter 50. To Each His Own Way. Amidst the chaos of the destroyed ship and the devastation outside the restaurant, the chefs were bewildered. "What? What's going on?" one of them exclaimed. "I don't know, but maybe their munition supplies exploded." As the Krieg pirates grappled with the aftermath of the attack, Johnny offered another apology. "We're sorry, bro." While Luffy, Zoro, and Usopp confronted the head chef inside, Nami found herself aboard the Going Merry with the bounty hunters Yosaku and Johnny. She was engrossed in examining wanted posters when Johnny inquired, "What is it, sis? You've been doing nothing but stare at those wanted posters." With a swift fold of the posters, Nami dismissed his query. "Oh no, it's nothing," Yosaku chimed in. "Oh, eyeing the high bounty outlaws, huh? But it's best not to go for that guy. For a while he's been keeping pretty quiet, but I heard he's recently started rampaging again." "Okay then," Nami responded as she walked away. "Yeah, but that 20 million berry bounty sure is hard to pass up," the bounty hunters deliberated. "But considering his strength, there's a slim chance that even we would be killed by a slim margin." Their conversation was interrupted by the sound of something being dragged across the ship's deck. Turning around, they saw Nami hauling a large white sack of money and gold. "Sis, isn't that the treasure on our ship?" Johnny questioned. "Yup, I brought it on board just now," Nami confirmed, as Yosaku added on, "You know, we aren't planning on staying with you guys on this ship forever." "Would you two mind turning around for a sec?" Nami requested. "Huh?" The bounty hunters were puzzled. As Nami lifted her collar, she explained, "I want to change my clothes. It's a little embarrassing, so if you men could just look that way for a moment." "Change? Change clothes? Now, they stammered. Sure, why not? We'll look the other way." Turning their backs respectfully, Johnny remarked to Yosaku, Sister Nami sure is bold as she looks," Yosaku whispered back. You don't think we'd get in too much trouble to peek just a little, do ya?" "Of course not. Just a little," they both thought mischievously. "Right, like 2 seconds." But before they could succumb to temptation, they felt hands push against the back of their heads, and they were suddenly plunged into the sea. Gasping for air, they cried out, "What's going on, sis?" With a nonchalant smile, Nami leaned against the banister of the Going Merry. "What do you mean, what? It's just business. After all, I am a thief stealing from pirates. This ship is no exception. I never recall agreeing to be one of your shipmates. I only said we were joining hands." Shocked, both Yosaku and Johnny tried to comprehend her betrayal, but she continued, "Oh, but your treasures are an exception. It was a short while being with Luffy and the others, but it was a lot of fun. Well, see you then." "Huh?" they exclaimed. "Tell the others that if we're truly linked by fate, we'll meet again," Nami declared as she sailed away on the Going Merry, leaving Yosaku and Johnny behind. Wait a minute, sis. We were asked to keep a watch on that ship. You're putting us in a lot of trouble here, and give back our treasure." But their protests were overshadowed by the sight of Don Krieg's ship reduced to pieces. "What is it this time?" Kneeling on the deck before them, Johnny told them. After saying that, she ran away. Zoro pounded his fist against the exterior of the ship, retorting, "Damn that woman! Just because she was acting all nice recently, I let my guard down for one moment, and then this happens! How dare she pull a fast one over us, especially during this crisis?" Usopp added with rage. Looking out from afar, Luffy tells his crewmates, "Wait, I can still see our ship." "What?" "It's the Going Merry," he told them, as Luffy remarked, "Yosaku, Johnny, where's your ship?" "Well, we still have ours," they replied. "Zoro, Usopp." He looked back at his crew while Zoro simply told them, "Just let her go. No good will come of chasing after that thief." But she took our ship," Usopp retorted. "That ship's important." But Luffy answered them plainly, saying, "I want her to be our navigator no matter what." They both took a second to reflect on his decision. "Fine," Zoro regrettably remarks. "Why'd I have to follow such a troublesome captain? Hey, Usopp, we're going—" Right. He picked up speed. With Johnny helping him prepare to set sail on a newly acquired wooden boat, Yosaku told them, "Brother Zoro, we're ready to set sail!" Usopp looked back and questioned, "Luffy, what about you?" "Sorry, but I can't," he pointed out. "I still haven't paid this restaurant back for what I did." "Be careful," Zoro told him. "The situation here is getting a little crazy." "Yeah, don't worry." But then, with a sudden shout, one of Don Krieg's subordinates sounded out, "It's him! Don Krieg, it's him! The one who destroyed our fleet! He followed us all the way out here! He's come to kill all of us!" And there it was, a black boat resembling a large coffin with candles lit on each side of the boat. With the mast tied up, only one man sat on that ship, sailing closer to his foes with every wave. Krieg looked at him shockingly. "That bastard, it can't be—" Zoro looked at him with alarm. "Is that the hawk-eyed man?" All of the cooks watched as the stranger loomed closer to the restaurant. "He's the one who sank a fleet of 50 ships," Patty remarked, as the chefs added on, "Then, he's the one who destroyed Krieg's ship just now. He looks like any normal guy, and it doesn't seem like he's carrying any special weapon." Zeph told them, "If you're looking for his weapon, then it's on his back." "What?" his subordinates remarked. You mean he cut that gigantic galleon by swinging that?" With his arms folded, the head chef answered their response. "Yes, that hawk-eyed man is a renowned swordsman, more renowned than any other swordsman in this world. His name was Hawkeye's Mihawk, the world's strongest swordsman. Wearing a crucifix pendant around his neck, he had a short beard, mustache, and sideburns that pointed upwards. With his head leaned down, he wore a wide-brimmed black hat, decorated with a large white plume resembling a Spanish swordsman. He also wore a long, open black coat with a red velvet inside with no shirt underneath, with red, flower-patterned sleeves and collar. Sitting with his legs crossed with his golden-hilted sword behind his back, he stared them all down with his strangely colored red eyes. "We're done for?" one of Krieg's men gasped, as another stood his ground and retorted, "Damn it! What did we ever do to you? Why the hell do you have to follow us all the way out here?" The swordsman looked at him and replied, "Just to kill some time?" "That's bullshit," the pirate said in rage, as he raised both of his pistols and fired it directly at him. Mihawk draws his large blade and easily redirects the bullets away from himself. "What? It missed!" they shouted. But Zoro corrects them from behind and shares, "He deflected it. It'll be the same no matter how many times you shoot. He changes the bullet's trajectory with the tip of his sword." And who are you, you bastard? I've never seen such graceful moments, Zoro continued. Sheathing his sword behind his back, Mihawk remarked, "A sword without grace is no strong sword." Zoro then asks him, "Did you cut this ship as well with that sword?" "Yes, indeed." When Mihawk affirmed his answer, Zoro stared him down with a smile and added, "No wonder. You really are the strongest." Suddenly noticing his weapon, one of Craig's subordinates wondered, Three swords? Hey, could this guy be—" With resolve, Zoro untied his bandana from his arm and shares, "I set sail to meet you." Mihawk questioned him. "What do you aim for?" "To be the strongest," Zoro declared, placing his black bandana on his head as he continued. "You said you're free, right?" He then pointed one of his katanas at him and proposed, "So let's have a duel." "It's him! Zoro! Roronoa! Zoro of the three-sword style!" "What? The pirate hunter?" Don Krieg wondered, as Sanji pondered the revelation himself. Usopp quickly tries to warn Luffy about the situation. "Hey, we're gonna lose sight of the ship, bro." But he ignores it, as he has now focused his attention on the two swordsmen. "Pitiful weakling," Mihawk remarked as he disembarks his ship and approaches Zoro. "If you're a competent swordsman by any means, then I can demonstrate the clear difference in strength between you and I, without needing to cross blades at all. But still, you dare to challenge me. Does your bravery come from your conviction or from ignorance?" Placing his sword on his mouth, Zoro replies, "It comes from my ambition and a promise to a friend." Luffy watched silently as Usopp and the bounty hunters gulped in anticipation of the result. Out on the open sea, Nami sailed away on the Going Merry. Despite the beauty of the horizon, a pang of loneliness tugged at her heart. "They were good people," she remarked softly to herself, her voice carried away by the wind. "I wonder if they'll count me as their friend the next time we meet. I wonder if we can ever meet again." Biting the bottom of her lip, Nami bawled with tears as she ponders, "I want to hurry up and become free, Belmere.